Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
You know what's crazy? Caitlin Clark just scored another major deal with Adidas, and Nike's still quiet. What's going on here? Is Nike dropping the ball, or is Adidas playing 4D chess? Let's talk about Clark for a sec. This rookie's been on fire. She's breaking records left and right. Imagine this. She's the first rookie ever to get a triple-double and sink 100 three-pointers in one season. That's insane. And get this, she's not just playing well, she's changing the game.
Now, at the time, a lot of us were so excited about this. Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand.
More people are watching the WNBA because of her. But here's where it gets weird. Isn't Clark supposed to be with Nike? Something doesn't add up here. Why is Nike so quiet while Adidas is making moves? It's like watching a basketball game where one team forgot to show up. We're gonna figure out what's really going on behind the scene. Trust me, this story's got more twists than a Clark crossover. Hold up, Nike dropped $28 million on Clark, but now they're acting like she doesn't exist? Something's off here. While Adidas is making power moves, Nike's pulling a disappearing act. What's really going on in the world of sports sponsorships? Let's break it down. Remember that massive Nike deal everyone was talking about?
For sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing. Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise.
Yeah, the one where they reportedly signed Clark for 8 years and $28 million. You'd think they'd be shouting it from the rooftops, right? But guess what? They've been ghosting her since April. It's like they forgot they have one of the hottest rookies in their roster. Fans are not happy about this, and they're letting Nike know. Social media is blowing up with comments like, Nike, where's the love for Caitlin Clark? She's breaking records left and right, and you're silent. Ouch, that's gotta sting. But here's where it gets even weirder. While Nike's giving Clark the cold shoulder, they're out there promoting other athletes. Take Diana Taurasi, for example. Nike's all over her highlights and accomplishments. It's like they're playing favorites, and Clark's not on the list. This isn't just about hurt feeling. It's hitting Nike where it hurts, their loyal customer base. One fan said, "I've been a Nike fan for years, but this lack of support for Clark is making me rethink my loyalty." That's not something a big brand wants to hear.
At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included. $28 million at the time, while some people, including myself, were saying that this might be a little bit too low because of the superstar that she is.
So what's the deal? Is Nike trying to play it cool? Are they saving up for some big surprise campaign? Or did they misjudge how popular Clark would become? Whatever the reason, their silence is speaking volumes. And you know what's even crazier? While Nike's sitting on the sidelines, Adidas is in the game, making moves and scoring points with fans. They're not just watching the show, they're becoming part of it. Remember when sports endorsements were just about shoes and jerseys? Well, Adidas just flipped the script. They're not just backing athletes, they're sparking a movement. And it all started with an unexpected voice from the past. You won't believe who just stepped into Caitlin Clark's corner. It's none other than tennis legend Billie Jean King. Yeah, you heard that right. King, an Adidas global ambassador, came out swinging for Clark on social media. But wait, isn't Clark with Nike? That's what makes this so wild. This isn't your average sports sponsorship drop. Adidas is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. They're not just signing athletes, they're making statements. By having King praise Clark, Adidas is showing they're all about supporting women's sports, regardless of who's wearing their logo. Think about it. Adidas is positioning itself as the champion of women's athletics. They're saying, hey, we're not just here to sell shoes, we're here to lift up all female athletes. It's a bold move, and fans are loving it. Social media's buzzing about this unexpected alliance. People are saying things like, this is what real support looks like, and Adidas gets it. It's not just about the players anymore, it's about the message. But here's where it gets really interesting. This move by Adidas is forcing other brands to step up their game. It's like they've raised the bar for what it means to sponsor an athlete. Now fans are expecting more than just a logo on a jersey. They want to see real support, real advocacy. Imagine this. You're a young girl watching your favorite player get hyped up by a sports legend from a different era. That's powerful stuff. It's not just about selling sneakers anymore. It's about inspiring the next generation of athletes. Adidas isn't just cheering from the sideline. They're rewriting the playbook on how brands support female athletes. They're showing that sports sponsorship can be about more than just contracts and commercials. It can be about creating a community, about lifting each other up. So Adidas is making waves, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Ever wonder why fans are suddenly so fired up about how brands treat female athletes? It's not just about sneakers anymore. It's about respect, recognition, and a whole new era for women's sports. This Clark Adidas drama, it's way bigger than just one player or one brand. We're talking about a seismic shift in the world of sports sponsorships. Fans aren't just sitting back and watching. They're demanding more from these big brands, and they're not afraid to speak up. Think about it. Why are people getting so worked up about Nike's silence? It's because expectations have changed. Fans want to see brands really showing up for female athletes, not just slapping a logo on their jersey and calling it a day. They're saying, hey, if you're gonna sponsor these incredible women, you better be ready to celebrate them too. And you know what? This isn't just about Clark, it's about every female athlete out. Fans are pushing for a whole new level of support. They're expecting brands to be cheerleaders, advocates, and partners all rolled into. It's like they're saying, don't just sign them, uplift them. This is where it gets really interesting. This new expectation, it could totally reshape how brands approach women's sports. Imagine a world where every sponsorship deal comes with a promise to actively promote and celebrate the athlete. That's not just good for the players. It's a game changer for the entire industry. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about making noise on social media. It's about real, tangible support that could boost the visibility of women's sports across the board. We're talking about more airtime, more coverage, more recognition. It's like fans are saying, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And you know what's crazy? This could have a ripple effect on future sponsorships. Young athletes coming up might start looking at more than just the dollar signs. They might be asking, okay, but how are you going to support me? How are you going to help grow the game? It's like the whole playbook for sports sponsorships is being rewritten. This isn't just about Adidas or Nike. It's about setting a new standard. Brands that get on board with this new way of thinking, they're going to win big time. Those that don't, well, they might find themselves on the bench. All right, let's wrap this up. Caitlin Clark's been killing it on the court, breaking records left and right. But off the court, it's a whole different game. Nike's been quiet as a mouse, while Adidas is making some serious noise. They even got Billie Jean King to cheer for Clark. Talk about a power move. This isn't just about Clark anymore. It's about how brands support women in sports. Fans are demanding more, and they're not afraid to switch loyalties if they don't see it. It's like the whole sponsorship game is changing right before our eyes. So what's next? Will Nike finally wake up and show Clark some love? Or will Adidas keep stealing the spotlight? One thing's for sure. It's not just about who's wearing what anymore. It's about who's really showing up for women in sports, and that's a game changer.